From the Mecca Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the WWE back in 1996 promised to give us one of the greatest, if not the greatest, WWE King of the Rings of all time. Welcome everybody to your WWE 1996 King of the Ring review. This is Webby, and we get to see such things as Shawn Michaels versus the British Bulldog, The Undertaker versus Mankind, the birth of Austin 316, amongst so many other things. Sounds like a pretty impressive card, doesn't it? I mean, sounds impressive. All those matches, all those superstars, just the names alone, being able to see those superstars sounds great, right? I mean, sounds fantastic. However, when you see how the matches came off, how the King of the Ring tournament came off itself, it's like, eh, WWE could have done so much better. WWE could have treated the King of the Ring tournament back in 1996 like so much better. It amazed me how poorly they treated that King of the Ring tournament. Because, first of all, they started the King of the Ring, the pay per view, with the semifinals. We didn't even see the quarterfinals at the pay per view. The majority of the pay per view was like tag team matches and other matches, like the Ultimate Warrior versus Jerry the King Lawler, and the other matches I've already said, like Mankind versus The Undertaker, the WWE Championship matchup, Goldust versus Odd Man Johnson, amongst other things. Now, did the semifinals deliver? One of them did. Mark Merrill versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, that ultimately delivered. I mean, that matchup was just a clinic for us wrestling fans. Stone Cold Steve Austin and Wildman Mark Merrill went out there in the opening contest, and honestly, that was one of the best matches of the night. Back and forth action throughout that entire encounter. That was great action for us wrestling fans. Put both superstars over. Stone Cold Steve Austin ended up getting busted open and having to go to the ER after the matchup to get stitches in his mouth so he could wrestle in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. Very impressive by both superstars. A shame somebody had to lose that matchup. Now, the one thing I'm going to say about the other semifinal match that really put a sour taste in my mouth, I understand why they did it, but it kind of put a sour taste in my mouth. Jake the Snake Roberts versus Vader. Now, Vader had not been in the WWE for very long, so of course they're going to protect him here. Jake the Snake Roberts, longtime veteran of the WWE. This is his second return of the WWE, and they want him to have this long comeback story. So, what do they do to help both men? They don't want Vader to be pinned, so they have him get disqualified, and Jake the Snake Roberts moves on to the finals. Vader, being a lunatic that he was back then, shoves down the referee and goes ballistic and beats everybody up. Now, in this case, in the matchup, it was an inverted. However, still, I don't like this because it takes away something that could be more special. It took away something that could have been a great contest. It could have put some other superstar over, some superstars over, instead of just giving Jake Snake Roberts this comeback story, only to have him have bruised up ribs from Vader, and then in the finals of the King of the Ring, Stone Cold Steve Austin gets to pick the bones and then very easily become the King of the Ring because President Gorilla Monsoon says, "Do you really want to compete?" Jake says, "Yes." What's he do? He gets in there and then very quickly Stone Cold Stunner 1, 2, 3, and we have a King of the Ring in Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, I would have rather had a great contest between the two people. But instead we got that. And I think it kind of devalues the King of the Ring tournament, if you ask me. So I think WWE could have treated that a lot better. The Godwins versus the Smoking Guns. This was I mean, whatever. The tag team championship on the line. Godwins didn't stand a chance. Phineas was, up in the clouds back then. That was, his character. He was up in the clouds, I guess, about Sunny or whatever. He was not focused about the tag team matches back then. Henry Godwin was. He was the only one. But at the end of it, the Smoking Guns waffle the Godwins with the tag team championship for the victory. Who cares about this contest? I mean, seriously, it's a filler by the WWE. Jerry the King Lawler versus the Ultimate Warrior. Everybody likes the Ultimate Warrior, right? Everybody likes him running down, shaking the ropes, and all that kind of stuff. That's great. Now, I'm not going to diss on the Ultimate Warrior. However, his second run in the WWE, did they really do a whole lot with him? He beat Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, at WrestleMania 12. And he kind of floundered around. The King of the Ring in 1996, when he faced Jerry King Lawler, he went in there and he got choked out by tape. He got hit by something that was in Jerry King Lawler's tights, when this was supposed to be a regular one-on-one matchup. And then he went and in a very poor way hit 3 clotheslines, a splash, and a 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm not dissing the Ultimate Warrior, but this was the same standard way we always seen the Ultimate Warrior win from back in the early 90s. And it would have been nice to see something different in this run with the Ultimate Warrior in the mid 90s instead of the same old nostalgic act that we always saw of him. Because he really didn't do anything. So, that was Ultimate Warrior versus Jerry King Lawler. Mankind versus the Dead Man, The Undertaker. This led up to Mankind and Paul Bearer joining forces because Paul Bearer at SummerSlam that year turned his back on The Undertaker. This matchup really started planting the seeds because The Undertaker got hit by the urn on this night. Now, there is no question, there's no secret. Everybody knows that this rivalry was epic. Still talked about to this day. This rivalry was one of the greatest WWE has ever produced, especially back in the mid 90s. Mankind, ultimately, a big reason why he got put over in his early push was because of the Dead Man and because he joined forces with Paul Bearer. This matchup, a big reason why I do believe, because he won by submission. One of his third or fourth victories on The Undertaker. Undertaker gets hit by the urn and then mandible claw for the victory. How big a put over can you get on beating The Undertaker than the Boiler Room Brawl matchup? You can't get any better than that. This match was very physical. It went back and forth. You couldn't ask for a better victory than getting a victory like that over the Dead Man. Very impressive. And WWE did the right, smart thing with Mankind getting a victory over The Undertaker in this matchup. Because Undertaker been here for going on 6 years now. And Mankind up and coming and needed a push. So very good choice by WWE. Goldust versus Ahmed Johnson for the Intercontinental Championship. This contest, all because Goldust revived Ahmed Johnson when Ahmed Johnson was passed out. And that's pretty much what this was about. Nothing else to it. Ahmed's the new Intercontinental Champion. Not a whole lot to say about it. Congratulations, Ahmed Johnson. You're the IC champ. Brian Pillman, another kind of nutcase type guy character, came out and warned everybody he was going to come for everybody in the WWE roster. And in the main event, Shawn Michaels versus the British Bulldog. This contest I really enjoyed. Epic confrontation. These guys went back and forth. You know, Mr. Perfect was supposed to be the special guest referee. Instead, Gorilla Monsoon made him the outside special guest referee, and Earl Hebner got placed as the inside referee. This match, what can you say? Rich Bulldog and Shawn Michaels, I think, had good chemistry inside the squared circle each and every time they got in. No question about that. These guys put on clinic matches. It's a shame British Bulldog never got the big title, never got the WWE Championship. He deserved it. He always was this close. This close. He always faced Shawn Michaels for the title, faced Bret Hart for the title, he faced Diesel for the title. Never reached it. But these two put on clinic in the end, Shawn Michaels picked up the victory and moved on with his next rivalry, which was Vader, who he ultimately defeated at SummerSlam. However, this matchup, very intriguing, very good, and I would recommend anybody really who have not seen this King of the Ring, who's not seen this King of the Ring, go back and watch it. I mean, it is enjoyable. Did it ultimately extremely deliver? No, but is it a watchable King of the Ring? Yes. So you all let me know what you're thinking in comments below. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for all notifications. Go back and watch all the classic King of the Ring reviews that I've done. All the classic Survivor Series reviews I've done. Go back and watch Raw and SmackDown Live reviews. Go back and watch anything else that you've missed on the channel right now. Follow me on Facebook at 2007 Webby. And until I see you again, this is Webby, and I will catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.